Hey everyone, Frank Howley here, and welcome to Summer Game Fest PlayDays. This is an exclusive event in Los Angeles where the media and games industry collide to stuff you full of trailers, demos, and complimentary food. There's an overwhelming amount of press conferences and announcements dumped throughout the special week, but instead of a comprehensive review of everything, here's a breakdown of all the cool games I personally played and some special bonus guests along the way.
Capcom, I like Capcom.
My first appointment was with Capcom, who had a private presentation for Resident Evil Veronica, a full-blown remake of Code Veronica from 2000. The producer was in attendance to answer fan questions. He directly told me the game would be in third person. Capcom considers Veronica to be a core part of the franchise's story, so they're eager to meet fan expectations and extend the game's legacy. They hinted that the game's opening would be expanded, starting with Claire's search for her brother Chris. In the original, we only saw glimpses of this through the game's opening cutscenes, but now there will be more playable action before arriving to Rockford Island. I love the original, but it can be super tedious and hard, so I'm excited for the revamped experience. It's scheduled for 2027. After, I got hands-on with Onimusha Way of the Sword, arriving September 25th. The demo takes place in East Kyoto and features the Yasui Kampiragu Shrine. They worked with temple staff to faithfully recreate the environment, and they encouraged us to visit the real-life location. I already marked it down for my next Japan trip. The game itself is fantastic. The slice I played had open-world objectives where you're rescuing the town from demons. You'll have random encounters with NPCs who are being attacked, and if you save them, you're rewarded with items. It's got fantastic swordplay and deep skill trees for upgrading weapons and abilities. To power up, you're constantly collecting orbs from enemies you kill, so it's super satisfying to explore. I played the demo on the intended normal action difficulty and went over my allotted time trying to kill the boss, but when I finally won, I felt great. It's challenging, but feels the same caliber as Pragmata or Biohazard Requiem. It looks like Capcom's continuing their hot streak of action Game of the Year contenders for 2026.
Hey, yo, I watch you on TV.
After, I checked out Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 coming later this summer. I'm a big fan of the first game, which is a class-based multiplayer campaign horde shooter. Now this new one ups the ante by increasing the squad size up to 4 players. It'll have crossplay support at launch too, so I'm looking forward to grinding achievements with friends in the world of Alien once again. Outside of killing zombies, demons, and xenomorphs, I also had an appointment to fight Nazis. Much like a Tarantino film, the demo for Nekome Nazi Hunter opens in media res with hyper-stylized violence and a pulpy plot for revenge. The word Nekome is Hebrew for vengeance. The art style reminds me of Dishonored and Team Fortress 2 and follows a Romani man whose family is killed by Nazis, so your mission is to travel across war-torn Europe with a mix of stealth and brutal up-close combat. It doesn't pull punches with its depiction of Nazi propaganda either, all of which you can set fire to similar to Indiana Jones. This is scheduled for release in early 2027. If you've ever wanted Inglourious Basterds the game, this is it. Now for something much lighter, Super Yooka-Laylee Kart. Seeing this in action blew me away with its visuals and snappy controls. Following the retro love letter success of Yooka-Laylee and its sequel, Playtonic Games is now tackling the world of kart racers. Their art philosophy for this is what if Mode 7 graphics existed today? It looks gorgeous and plays great. Lots of drifting, crazy items, and deep role customization options so you can challenge your friends with dozens of chaotic settings. It'll have a dedicated story mode too. No release date for now, but looks promising. Exploring the convention itself, anytime between appointments, I made a beeline for Stern Pinball. I had an appointment the following day to check out their newest game, Transformers, but until then I was set on beating high scores on the Summer Game Fest leaderboard. I placed third on Pokemon and King Kong and kept coming back every few hours to check my spot. We'll dive deeper in a bit. After day one, I was invited to Giant Bomb at Nite to be a guest on the couch, but as we were waiting, I grabbed pinball guru Jeff Bakalar for an interview. I've been working on a pinball documentary and was so delighted to chat with Jeff. Consider our conversation under embargo until that video project's out later this year, but Bakalar was so great to talk to, and now I'm super confident in my project. On the Giant Bomb couch, I got a gush about our work at NoClip and pinball. I want to go to Japan for Tokyo Game Show, but the real reason, Osaka has the Silver Ball Pinball Museum. Half of Japan's pinball machines are in Osaka.
Whoa.
A man with such a sincere joy and passion for something.
It's weird.
Do you remember what that feels like?
No, I don't either. It's kind of gross, actually.
We also had surprise visitors. Thankfully, I was spared and went home to recharge before day 2. Sunday started at Sega with my most anticipated appointment, Stranger Than Heaven. After tons of mainline Yakuza and spin-off games, RGG is starting a new epic that will take you across 5 regions in Japan over 5 time periods. I was so dazzled by its announcement trailers that I'm already planning a trip to Atami, the seaside resort town 1 hour outside Tokyo where the game will take place. The biggest change here is the combat. Earlier Yakuza games played like beat-em-ups, but now the fighting's much more focused on timing, stamina, and directional inputs. Each trigger controls either your left or right side of your body, as well as light and heavy attacks. Plays very similar to MMA games like UFC 5. Weapon combat's also awesome. In the demo, I fought a swordsman in an intense battle that reminded me of Ghost of Tsushima or Sekiro. You can deflect your enemy's attacks by holding guard and moving in the direction of their oncoming attack, so it's deeper than the button-mashing friendly combat I was used to. Exploring the cities also felt incredible. It was as if I traveled back in time. The atmosphere feels so real. Businessmen smoking in alleys, children eyeing toys and candy in shop windows, and beautiful old graphic design everywhere. The Yakuza games have always been great for exploring contemporary Japan, but now I get to visit 5 different eras. I personally can't wait to see 1960s Shinjuku. This is announced for January 15th, 2027, and was my favorite demo of the show. I also had a quick appointment for Sonic Pico Park, a delightful and chaotic multiplayer game from the original Pico Park devs. This requires you and 3 friends to communicate to solve platforming puzzles. This evolves Pico's basic jumping gameplay by adding Sonic spin dashes, Tails flying mechanic, and plenty of bounce pads and ramps, much like Pinball. Details are light for now, but this was a cool surprise. A super colorful game I loved was Granblue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok, which is an expansion for the base game of Fantasy Relink, a co-op action RPG I've had a friend get me hooked on. It's got addicting Monster Hunter-like gameplay, a deep upgrade system, and beautiful character designs. This feels like if you love Monster Hunter but don't have dedicated time for their longer missions. It's developed by Japanese mobile gaming king Cygames and coming to PS5 and Steam with crossplay. Missions only take a few minutes to beat and the progression is super fast. The major new feature in this is their summoning system, which brings Final Fantasy-type massive monsters into battle for you to crush with. It's really fun and satisfying. I'm looking forward to it next month on July 9th, 2026. Back at Sega, I got to play the prologue of Alien Isolation 2 from Creative Assembly. They continue to nail the aesthetic of Alien perfectly and the graphics look incredible. I'm not normally a fan of stealth games, but outrunning the xenomorph is thrilling. I also appreciate the minimal UI. It's cinematic and gorgeous. No release date, but I'm looking forward to it. I finally got to play Transformers Pinball at Stern. It's fantastic and even has unlockable achievements with the Stern app. I'm not a fan of the property itself, but the game is very fun. They even got original voice actors to record new lines.
Decepticons incoming! Autobots, roll out!
As of the week of Summer Games Fest, there's only 3 prototype machines in existence, but they're about to be mass-produced and shipped out, so keep an eye on pinballmap.com to find out when they're in your area. But as for pinball as a whole suddenly being at Summer Games Fest, I talked to Stern marketing manager Joe Marchfield.
Yeah, so it's the first time Stern Pinball's been at Summer Games Fest. We got prime location next to all the food and the drinks. I've got a Pokemon Premium, a Pokemon Pro. We've got a one-of-one Transformers More Than Meets the Eye Premium Edition that is a lab-built prototype. There's people stopping by, covering pinball, talking pinball, playing pinball that never played pinball or haven't really covered it professionally. So Summer Game Fest being a media event, it's always nice to get more people in the mix to, check out a very unique playing experience. Transformers Pinball launched a couple weeks ago in late March. We're not in production yet. That's one of 3 games. We have a Pro, Premium, and LE out there. I'd expect production to start any day now. You'll start seeing that on location, I'm guessing end of June. We've got clips and the story of the game pulled from that original animated series. We've got original voice actors doing the call-outs in the show. We've got original sound effects. It's stacked.
What do you think of Transformers?
I think that's shooting really well. I really like the flow of it. I need like a weekend to really understand like what to do in the game. But it shoots similar to King Kong a little bit. There's a lot of like cross rails that I think are interesting. But yeah, it's pretty sick. I'm excited.
I encountered familiar friends all across Summer Games Fest, including one wild Jeff Gerstmann. Jeff, how are you?
I'm hunting for scoops. Someone left half a coffee back here if you want it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Crap. All these other places have long lines. The real secret is just in the corner.
It doesn't look like it has any cigarette butts. There's also Is that someone's keys?
So much crap got announced at Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
Is there anything that was like most surprising you're most excited for?
It's always great to see a new Persona game get announced, even if they didn't really show anything about it. And I'm really mixed on the idea of Persona 4 getting re-released. But modernizing all of that and just how dynamic those characters looked in motion and stuff kind of sold me on it all over again. So I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, how is Summer Games Fest as a whole compared to conventions of the past?
I like Summer Game Fest because it is much more low-key and laid back. The show is built that way, but also I just take way fewer appointments because I think games have changed since the crazy days of E3. It's not like you go to see Nintendo and they have like 12 first-party games and then 40 third-party games, and you know, like those days are over. And so I have like 6 appointments here. They're for the games that felt like they mattered the most, and I always miss a couple. There's always like I did not make an appointment to see Star Wars Galactic Racer, which is dumb. I did not make an appointment to see Clutch, which is stupid because apparently that's an incredible driving game. And so there's always a couple of those games that I feel like, I really screwed this up. I don't know, I really like the vibe of it. It's a lot easier to handle than E3.
Outside Summer Games Fest, what's been going on with the Jeff Gerstmann show? I saw you're close to finishing ranking all the Nintendo games.
Yes, by the time this goes up, this might be the last episode happening today. So there are 3 or 4 games remaining that need to be ranked. And one of them is the Miracle Piano teaching system. I had to buy a Miracle and then spend about 3 hours trying to figure out how to hook it up to something that's not a real Nintendo, because I didn't want to go in my storage locker and find a real Nintendo, and I eventually got all the wiring and cables needed to do that. So it's going to teach me how to play piano. We'll see how that goes. And that's a wrap for the NES. We'll see.
Do you know off the top of your head what your like top 5 are?
So the science would say the top 5 is like, what is it? It's Mega Man, Bionic Commando, Mario, Zelda, and another one. You know, the most interesting games have been the ones that I hadn't played, and you see something really promising and interesting. There's a lot of like flawed games on that platform that you see something in, you go like, oh man, 20 years later. Like Die Hard is a really good example. The Die Hard game is not good, but it's persistent in the way that it has guards and the way they kind of populate that world. And so you look at it and go like, man, if you did this now with the knowledge we have now about, you know, kind of post Metal Gear Solid and how stealth works in a lot of modern games, you could take that Die Hard game and turn it into something crazy. The big part of why I started doing it was challenging a lot of what's become the common knowledge or the kind of conventional wisdom about a lot of these games, about which games are, oh, these games are terrible and they're funny, ha ha ha. Like everyone's made YouTube videos, you know, clowning on these games for years. And a lot of that has just been filtered down into people's psyches, even if they haven't played the games. So it was really nice to just sit down and go, no, I'm gonna play these games. Deadly Towers is not nearly as bad as you think it is once you play the truly messed up stuff that's on this platform. And so seeing all of that firsthand has been weirdly rewarding. It's been a lot of fun to do it.
My last stop was Sega for Crazy Taxi World Tour, where we were shown a live gameplay demo and series creator Kenji Kano was on hand to answer questions. They confirmed The Offspring and Bad Religion would be on the soundtrack, and the new game showed an open-world map filled with objectives, and there's still an arcade-like mode counting down your time. There's silly side quests, fishing minigames, and even racing. You'll be able to customize your taxi and explore 5 different cities. I'm hoping for Japan, but nothing beyond the San Francisco level has been shown off for now. The game looks silly and fun, and I'm thankful to finally have a new Crazy Taxi after so many years. There's no release date for now, but hopefully 2027. After the presentation, I told Kenji Kano how much I loved his games, including Top Skater. He even signed my Xbox copy of Crazy Taxi 3.
Enter your initials.
You beat my high score!
I did? I'm sorry. It's only my second time playing, so,
Oh my god.
you know, beginner's luck. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry to do this to you.
After 2 days of demos, presentations, and plenty of pinball, it was time to get out of the pool and head home. This is only a small drop in the bucket of gaming PlayDays has to offer, but it was so fun to cover. This is Frank Howley. Thanks for watching.
Woo!